Hey there, and welcome to the ghosting framework for your email templates. I'm going to walk you through how to use these 4 different email templates and kind of give you an inside look of what this framework for ghosting looks like to go along with the email templates. So there's 4 different emails that you're going to find inside of the template set. Number 1 is the initial reply. This is what you will send when someone inquires, what you're going to reply back with. Then we have the follow-up, the check-in, and the ghosting magic. I'm going to break each of these down one by one and give you a little insight of how this framework works. So number 1, you have your initial inquiry reply. This is what you send to someone when they inquire with you for your photography session. So they might fill out your contact form, send you an email directly, either one of those things. You can use this template to reply back to their initial inquiry. So number 1, let's talk about the subject line. I try to avoid things like congratulations or confetti or anything that kind of could be overused, anything that you think is maybe going to be used by another photographer. I want to avoid that because I want to stand out in someone's inbox, especially if you think this is someone who's going to be inquiring with multiple photographers at one time. Think about what can you do to make your email get seen right away. So I keep it really simple and I say, let's book your senior pictures or let's book your wedding photography, something like that. That's going to just be really simple and direct and capture their attention right away. So I usually start with that. Then I want to make sure that I'm adding in personal details into this email template. I want them to feel special right away, and I want to make sure again that my email is standing out. So add in any personal details that you can from your inquiry form. So anything that they might share, or even anything that that you find on their Instagram or that you find from anywhere online, you can add in these personal details to this reply. Then the next thing that I'm going to have is a little bit of information that is about your style of photography or about your approach to a session. This is what you can add in right away. It can be taken from your website, taken from your pricing guide, from your Instagram caption, just a little bit of a message that's going to show a little bit of insight and help you stand out and share a little about you and your values right away in this initial email. Then is the next step. So I like to bold this, make it super simple. Number 1, look at our pricing guide. Number 2, fill out this questionnaire. And then number 3, choose your date and start planning. So I like to do my pricing guide on a hidden page on my website. So you could link this directly, or if you have a PDF or something else, you can attach this in the email. I don't like to write my prices out in the email because I want to get them to something that is more sales funnel oriented or sales page oriented. So I link my pricing guide right away. I never have dollar signs or prices in the email. I want to get them to something that I have a little bit more control over. So this is the email number 1, the initial inquiry reply. Then we have the follow-up. So this is what you're going to do 3 days after you haven't heard back from someone. So you've sent your initial reply, you're waiting a little bit, and then you haven't heard back. So here's the email that you can use to send. It's super simple. It's a little bit basic because it is just the first follow-up. Subject line, do you have any questions about your senior pictures? Do you have any questions about your wedding photography? Something really simple that is just a basic follow-up. So number 1, your client inquires. That's step 1. Then you reply, then you hear crickets. So this is when you will send this email 3 days after when you haven't gotten a reply back. Next is the check-in email. So this is what you're going to send after you've already followed up once. I call it the check-in because it's a little bit different. Something I see that causes ghosting a lot is that your check-in email is too basic. It doesn't stand out. It's just saying, hey, do you have any questions? It's not adding any value. So I want you to ask yourself, how can you add value to your check-in email? What can you do to make this email, again, stand out in someone's inbox? So what I like to do is share my value as a professional or as an expert. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share 2 or 3 blog posts that really establish me as the expert in my industry. So this could be something like 5 mistakes you make for your senior pictures, or 3 things you need to do before you hire a wedding photographer. Anything that's going to demonstrate your value and show you as a leader in your industry. This is what you can do in this email to make it stand out. Then finally, we have the magic ghosting email. This is probably what you purchase this email template set pack for, is this magic email. And I keep it super simple. It's really short, but this is the email that always generates a reply for me. And if I don't hear back from this email, then I know I can archive their project and move on. I'm not going to follow up again. So go through these emails, customize them to fit you, customize them to fit your business. And if you have any questions, let me know. Feel free to reach out.